I always feel like I look so off when I don't have like something on my eyes, but I do have my brows on, like my lip ready, so that's weird. So this is obviously the look that we're going to do today. I personally really love it. It has a lot of just beautiful warm tones. The lip is stunning. And then like that double wing situation, I love. The weather, by the way, is like horrendous right now. It is so dark and cloudy. So I apologize if the lighting is not that great. So first of all, I'm going to take my bronzer and a Spectrum X Katie Jane Hughes 03 brush, which is like almost a setting powder kind of brush. It completely rubbed off, but it's the powder bronzer with buttery smooth and buildable texture. In the shade 10 Whipped Buttercup. I'm gonna take the shade on my eyelid a little bit, especially towards the brow bone. Can you hear that? Raining. It's very much raining, but it's kind of cozy. So I also want there to be some dimension in my eyes because otherwise it's going to look too stark with the rest. And also this kind of bronzer shade all over, just very lightly all over the crease area, it's just going to create a very harmonious look to the face. So the eye is quite structured and there isn't a lot of like very soft blending in the crease area. So I'm also going to try and not make it too blended out and like smoked out. You can tell that it's blended, but their structure and like the dark color doesn't go up all the way to the eyebrow. Whoa, it's pouring. Or cats and dogs, or what do you call it? So for this look, I am mostly going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette, which is perfectly named, obviously. And the first thing that I'm going to do is just apply a little bit of the shades Orange Soda and Burnt Orange together, which are these two crease colors, just to create a little bit extra dimension in the eyes. So very lightly, we're using that shade to define the crease. Just swiping back and forth very gently in the upper eyelid area, so the crease. Really go up to the brow if you want to. I am going to. Now the next step of what I'm going to try and achieve to do is that really dark color all over the crease and then like in a kind of V shape. So I'm going to firstly use the shade Rustic, which is this dark brown here. You could also just go in with Cypress Umber, but I feel like that's a little bit too intense immediately. Now these eyeshadows are very soft, so you want to be careful. Am I sitting close enough? I feel like I should probably scoot a little so you can see me a little bit better. With that rustic shade, I kind of want to create a V shape, so like I would a eyeliner situation. I'm also applying that shade around the eye and then I'm connecting it. You see, we're creating a V shape on the outer corner of the eye and we're connecting those. This step is all about very gradually applying products and creating the shape that looks reminiscent of the shape that she has. So really take your time with this, slowly build up the crease, slowly build up that color, and just follow the natural line of your crease and go down here, almost follow like the brow bone and create that arch. And the shade is a little bit too warm, but we're going to cool it down. So I usually take my brush right into this spot right here where my upper lash line and my lower lash line meet, and I just kind of press pigment there. But make sure to not touch the wetness of your eyeball because otherwise your eyes are gonna start watering and the makeup is gonna look a little bit patchy. Once you have the general shape down, what you want to do is take a very small blending brush like this one. This is a Spectrum X Katie Jane Hughes 19 brush, and then we're gonna buff in that color a little and just blend out the edges. Now I'm going to make this a little bit more dark and a little bit more cool tone. So I'm gonna take the shade Cypress Umber, which is this dark brown in the Soft Glam palette, and this is a very pigmented shade. I don't know if you can see that, but this is very pigmented. And we're gonna do the same thing with the application, but I'm going to apply it slightly lower because if I go up, it might disturb the shape, and just because it's so pigmented. And then just kind of fill in that V shape by tapping that color and filling in the gap. And I'm taking that blending brush again and we're gonna blend this so there are no harsh lines or anything. Then I'm gonna take a look at the lid color because it looks interesting. The light taupey color So I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm going to use the shade right here, which is called Dusty Rose. I feel like it's a good match for what she has on the lid. And then I'm just applying that into the center. Oh yeah, that's really nice. I love that. Just again, blending that back and forth. Then I'm going to take a rather muted, very light beige. This is my Beauty Bay Love Notes palette. Unfortunately, limited edition one, but just take any kind of like light beigey color like this. And then I'm going to swoop that all over the look to tone down the color a little bit more and just kind of like remove the warmth of the color as well. Then with a teeny tiny blending brush, this is the Spectrum X Katie Jane Hughes 17 brush. I'm going back in with that Cypress Umber shade and just kind of re-intensifying the outer V and that shape. Obviously, she's wearing eyeliner, so we kind of have to honor the look. And she's also wearing a double wing liner, so I'm first going to do my eyeliner as I usually would, but I'm going to do it with powder. So I'm gonna take the Noir shade, and I'm gonna take that on a Spectrum X Katie Jean Hughes 09 brush, and this is such a good brush for any kind of like sharp lines because you can see it is hella sharp. And then I'm going to create an eyeliner like I normally would. Okay, so all of the sudden the weather has kind of turned. So I already have the first wing right here. So now I'm going to take an eyeliner pencil. This is the Long Lasting Eye Pencil from Essence. And I'm gonna take that into my lower waterline completely to the inner corner as well. I usually don't do that, but then I'm gonna take tiny brush and kind of blend that out. And then I'm taking that very flat brush again and the shade Noir, and we're gonna create the second line. Finding my angle, placing a line. There we go. Then I'm going to take a nude eyeliner pencil. This is also from Essence. It's their Stay and Play eyeliner pencil in Silky Nude. And then I'm also going to put that on the lower lash line because she has a very bright under eye. I'm just like pure concentration right now. So I'm taking this eyeliner brush from Spectrum X Katie Jean Hughes 24, and I'm just going to draw a very thin line in between those two. Just makes all the difference. I'm gonna put on some mascara and I'll be right back to show you the finished look. My camera is dying, so I have to make this quick, but this is the final makeup recreation of the Euphoria inspired Maddy look. I watched Euphoria. I watched all 3 seasons of it. I am a little bit gutted about the ending, not gonna lie, and a little bit gutted about the final season, but the makeup was always such an inspiration, so the entire makeup team is so talented as well. And this was definitely a look that I wanted to recreate, and I hope you enjoyed watching today's video. Obviously I did change it a little bit according to just like my eye shape and stuff like that because we don't have the same eye shape. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed following along. I hope you learned something. I hope you recreate this look as well, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.